Hi, I'm Annabel with Journey for Earth, and my guest today is Lisa Druxman. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm great, Annabelle. Thanks for having me.
No, my pleasure. So you are a mom on a mission for sure. I know you founded Stroller Strides in 2001, which is now known as fitformom.com, which is all about supporting mothers be the best that they can be in fitness, as mothers, and in any other area of their lives, which is really wonderful. Being a mother, I know how important that is. So what inspired you to create Fit for Mom?
It was really just one of those aha moments. I'm very passionate about fitness and very passionate about motherhood. And when I became a new mom, I knew there must be a way to blend my passion for both. And I was looking for a career that was supportive of motherhood. So when I was pushing Jacob in the stroller, I realized, wow, I could help other new moms get their bodies back since I was a fitness professional. And they could help me with everything that I needed to know about motherhood. So I decided to start some classes.
Oh, wonderful. And share with us some of the programs and activities that you offer.
So since 2001, our first creation was Stroller Strides, which is a stroller-based workout where moms come and actually work out with their baby in a stroller and they get a total body workout. Mm-hmm. Since then, we've released programs like Fit for Baby, which is our prenatal class, and Body Back, which is probably one of our most popular classes now, which is for moms of any age. So whether you had a baby 2 years ago or 20 years ago. And that's a program that we have that's moms only. There's no kids there. And it is all about that 1 hour that's for a mom to take care of herself and take it to the next level and be a healthy role model for her kids.
Yeah, because that's true. Everything we do affects our children.
Absolutely.
And what advice would you give to mothers that really want to start their own business but are worried how that will affect time with their family?
You know, I think that what's important is to ask why you want to start your own business and to really be clear on that. If you are starting your own business because you want to be making $1 million, well, probably being at home with the kids full time is maybe not going to match that. So you have to make sure that the business you're creating is truly being reflective of your lifestyle. Like, look at you. You can be doing this from your home. Whereas, you know, if you're running a health club, no, you need to be in a health club.
Okay, that leads me nicely into my next question. You talk of living the 4 Ps, which are passion, purpose, plan, and proactive, to create new healthy habits. Could you give us just a couple of examples of how we can do that practically on a day-to-day basis?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I think that you need to be passionate about whatever change you want to make or it's not going to happen. It's really, I want to lose weight. Well, you wanted to lose weight before and it doesn't happen. But suddenly when we have a wedding to get ready for or something like that, then we're very passionate about it, right? Mm-hmm. Well, unless you have weddings planned every single month, you better find another thing to be passionate about.
Oh,
that's going to be a little more ongoing. So I think what's so great is that what we won't do for ourselves, we'll do for our kids. So if you can tie your passion into the type of mother that you want to be and being a healthy role model for your kids, I think that really helps. So that's the passion part. As well as it ties into the purpose part, you know, that you have a purpose for what you want to do. Again, if your goal is just to lose 5 pounds, well, that's not really that purposeful. But if it's something larger, it keeps you going. My purpose in starting my business was to have a career that was supportive of motherhood. That has kept me going the entire time. So when challenges and obstacles come around, and they always do, I'm able to handle it. That doesn't matter how passionate or purposeful you are, if you don't plan for success, I have found that I won't be successful. So whatever you want to accomplish, whether it's starting your own business or losing weight, pretty much anything, if you have a plan, so it's not just a wish, I think you need to have that. And then finally, I would say being proactive, the last P. In life, especially as a mom, we are just bombarded with constant input, whether it's instant messaging, or Facebook, and email, and all the little things that need to get done. So if you live your life reacting, you're not going to ever get done the things that you're passionate about. So you have to make sure that you're being proactive in getting those things done. So it's very tied into one another.
Thank you. Good advice. And I know, obviously, being positive is being a big part of all that as well. And you had an experience when you were a young girl which changed the outlook of the rest of your life forever in a positive way. You were held up at gunpoint. Mm-hmm. How did you turn that around into something positive?
I probably didn't realize it until many years later that event ended up being such a profound positive impact. But when I was held up at 13 years old, I always hear people say that their life flashes in front of you. Well, the life that I didn't have, that I wasn't going to have, flashed in front of me. So I realized I wasn't going to get married, and I wasn't going to go to college and have kids. And I knew then at a very young age how precious life really is, that you never know when your last day is going to be. And that has been a gift for me, because ever since then, since 13 years old, I really want to live a life with no regrets. And I'm not wishing for today to be my last day by any means, but I could tell you if today were my last day, I wouldn't have, there's maybe little teeny tiny regrets, but no big regrets for sure.
And I know you have 2 children. And we all know as parents how life can be really hectic and stressful. How do you maintain your center and your calm on those days when nothing is going right?
A lot of mommy timeouts.
Right.
I meditate every single day. And even though you might think, there's no time to meditate, I find that by starting my day that way, it kind of sets my intention for the day. And all of those little crazy thoughts that are spinning, it lets them kind of settle almost like sediment. And it does kind of create like a life force that I want for the rest of my day. First of all, I want everybody to realize I am not perfect. And I yell at my kids, and I lose it, and I pull my hair out, and I am sometimes embarrassed by my own behavior. And anybody who tells you anything else, there's just no way. Motherhood is stressful. So I have to be very purposeful, because that's not the mom that I want to be. And so sometimes when I find myself just spiraling with craziness, I literally take a mommy time out, and I say, mommy needs some space. And I find that whether I meditate or even just turn a timer on and be like 5 minutes to just be quiet, it makes a really big difference. I listen to tons of podcasts, tons of audiobooks, and like sometimes just listening to that, having some new thoughts put in my head will help. It will help ground me. And, if I'm having trouble with my marriage, then I listen to some great marriage podcasts. If I'm having trouble with my kids, I listen to parenting ones, because I don't know it all and I want to be inspired by others. I want to never stop growing, and that kind of helps me when I feel like I can't handle it all on my own.
And there is so much inspirational material out there. It's really amazing when you start, searching. Thank you, Lisa. And then my next question is about food and health. I know my personal experience is that I've seen that there's a real disconnect between the food that parents give their children and the lack of knowledge about what they're giving their kids. And we all want the best for our children. What are some of the simple ways you think that parents can create a healthier lifestyle for their children?
Well, this is why I've created my new Mom on a Mission program. So if you go to Mom on a Mission TV, you can see that we're starting to inspire and educate moms aside from our own actual classes and programs, because we want to reach all moms and help them lead a healthier life for their families. I really think we have to be careful, because we can't just trust that because food is sold in a market or a store that it is safe or good for our kids, even if it sometimes says that it's healthy. I mean, sometimes I'm amazed by what the packaging says. Align yourself with companies that you can trust. So hopefully ours. Healthy Child, Healthy World is another great organization, not a company. They're not selling anything. They're a nonprofit. And then find some brands that you can trust. Like for me, I get no pay to say this. I love brands like Stonyfield and Plum Organics and Organic Valley. Once you start to have some of these brands that you can trust, you can feel good to know, okay, I can really buy anything from them. But more than anything, I think the best thing to start with your kids is teaching your kids to eat real foods that don't come from a company, that come from nature. That's very different. Mm-hmm. So eating foods that are fruits and vegetables and lean protein and whole grains, that's really kind of the key and where we need to start moving with our children. Unfortunately, most of our kids are eating packaged foods for probably 98% of their meals, and it's not food.
And also planting a garden is fun. Like if you have we have a patch of grass out here and you can plant kale and so many things. It's really fun for the kids to get involved.
I've been planting gardens with my kids since they were toddlers, and I am not much of a green thumb, but we do it we always do, and we've always got something. I've never had a bowl of raspberries because they eat them right off the bush, and, that's the only way they'll eat a carrot is from our ground, but it teaches them where food comes from, and that's what real food is. And first of all, I also want everybody to realize my kids want all the junk food like everybody else. Doesn't matter how much I've inspired them or tried to inspire them and teach them and educate them. The other day when my daughter was whining and complaining, looking in the cabinet and saying there's no food in the house, I said, no, there's no non-food in the house. There was plenty of food. There was fruits, there was vegetables,
Right.
But there was no junk like she was looking for.
Well, once in a while, I guess what's the harm in a way, but at least they know. They know what is food and this, if you want this and this is what you're getting and you'll know what you're getting.
Yes.
And so if you had to name, since becoming a parent, if you had to name 3 things that have changed you since becoming a parent, what would they be?
Wow. So much. I'm trying to figure out what are the 3 that are most pertinent. I'm humbled by parenthood. When my master's degree is in psychology, and when I went to school, I thought that if you give kids a loving environment, and I really thought you mold your children. I now realize your children are who they are, and you have to just support them and respect them as individuals, and you really don't mold them. You create a wonderful, loving, supportive family. But I've realized that I cannot do it all, and so how to prioritize what are the most important things, and not make myself nuts that I can't do it all. And then I'd say on the third one, which is different for me and it's since becoming a parent, is that sometimes good enough is good enough. I think before becoming a parent, I was a bit of a perfectionist and, didn't want to release something till it was all done. Now I'm like, no, it's good enough. It's going to happen. And know what? I think if you can accept good enough sometimes, that's when you launch companies and write books and create an online show. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to get out.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa, for talking with me today. And for those of you who'd like to know more about Lisa and her amazing program, please go to fitformom.com or lisadruxman.com, where you can buy DVDs and her book too. Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks for having me.